Hi, I'm Alexandra Desiato, and this is Yoga for Aging Athletes. I've recently created some posts about low back safety, and I wrote a little bit about why it's not so safe to roll up from a forward fold position to standing. Instead of rolling up, you should bend your knees and come up with a really long spine. But I want to offer some poses that are safe for stretching and opening the low back. Because one of the concerns and complaints that I hear is, if I can't roll up from a forward fold position, how do I get that good, yummy stretch in the low back? So here are 3 ways to get a safe stretch for your low back. All right, the first one involves standing and coming over to a wall or a doorway. You can take a hold of a doorknob, or if you have a pole like this, you can wrap your hands around it. And then just start to walk your feet back until you're in a forward fold position, but you're supporting your upper body, the weight of your upper body, by using your hands. You can just have this nice long spine like I have here, or you could round your spine by bending your knees, drawing your chin towards your chest, and then you might even shift your weight from one foot to the other to really explore that sweet stretch in the low back space. You could even try some cat-cow movements here, tilting the pelvis, because that may really feel like a nice way to stretch the low back. Okay, so that standing pose at the wall or in a doorway, and that exploration is a great way to open the low back and to keep the low back safe while you stretch it. The second thing that you can do is on a mat. And that would involve playing in the space of cat-cow, but taking this cat-cow position towards child's pose. And as you sink back toward child's pose, kind of rocking your hips a little bit or wiggling around. And you'll see here that I'm coming into this child's pose with more of a cat back. And that's a really nice way to get into the low back. That's a really safe and sweet stretch for that space, that traveling to child's pose. So of course the third stretch that we would get for the low back is child's pose, but I'm going to offer a slight modification here. Oftentimes child's pose is practiced with the knees together. Sometimes if we take the knees wider, as wide as the mat or even a little further, and we come down into child's pose, we get a much bigger stretch for the low back. If this isn't quite where your body is in this pose, you could put a block underneath your forehead for rest. Or even just bend your arms and make a little pillow with your hands. All right, those are 3 ways to get a safe low back stretch so you don't have to roll up from a forward fold position to standing.